Are in for a show next weekend as the inaugural festival takes place in Cape Town. The one-day book fair is dedicated to celebrating Jewish literature, culture and conversations. Event-goers can expect a jam-packed exhibition from authors to educators showcasing their interests at the event. Co-director of the festival, Joanne Jowell, is joining us from our Sea Point studios to tell us a little bit more. Joanne, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us from our Sea Point studios. Maybe a point of departure is to get a much better sense of what the Jewish Literary Festival is all about. It's not only about books, it's not only about culture, but it's creating an experience.
Absolutely. Thanks. Morning. It really is a celebration of words, really. The words and the written word in particular are central to Jewish life and Jewish culture. And it's really about a day that celebrates what the written word means to how we think, how we talk, how we converse. We celebrate all types of writers. It's authors of books, it's bloggers, it's journalists, it's poets. And it's really coming together in a jam-packed day. In fact, I think festival goers will really be spoiled for choice in terms of what to attend. And the selection is really, really wide and varied.
Why the importance of holding a festival of this nature now?
Well, it's really something that's come to South Africa after having been put into practice all over the world. There are Jewish literary festivals in all major cities. Some of them run for a full day, some run over a couple of days, some for a full week, like the Jewish Book Week in London. And it's simply about, our festival doesn't have a political or religious agenda. It's really about highlighting literacy and the importance of literacy and the centrality of literacy in Jewish life. It's very much cross-cultural in its interest base. And I think, it's winter time, or it's coming to winter time. It's a great time to curl up with books. And so we thought it was high time that South Africa had a Jewish literary festival of its own that Jewish people and the broader community could enjoy.
Let's talk about curling up with a book. Right now, I don't think this is going to be something new. If you're a book lover and you've maybe never read anything coming out of this sector of the book genres, this is going to be something really interesting. What is the market share at the moment for Jewish literature in South Africa?
It's a difficult question to answer because, in fact, we try to answer that question on the day itself. We have a panel called What Makes a Book Jewish, which is moderated by Judge Dennis Davis, and the participants in that are author Anne Landsman, who's a Jewish author who's visiting from New York. She's author of The Rowing Lesson, the highly acclaimed book of a few years ago, also launching a new book. Marcia Levison, who's a professor of English, and Rabbi Sam Thurgood. So we have a conversation around what it is that makes a book Jewish. But in terms of criteria for what was selected for our festival, it was a combination of whether the author themselves was Jewish. So we have Jewish authors talking about their works, which may not or may have Jewish content, or other authors who may not be Jewish, but who have content of Jewish interest. And so in terms of market share, it's a bit difficult to define. We have some authors there, for example, fiction authors who are prolific, like Patricia Schonstein, Rala Xenopoulos, whose book you featured, Marilyn Cohen de Villiers. Whether or not they are engaged with subjects of Jewish interests, well, that's up for debate.
Joanne, we've run out of time, but we're going to urge everybody to find out more. Go and support this. It's really interesting. That's Joanne Jowell. She is an author and co-director of the inaugural Jewish Literary Festival. She's one of the participants that will be discussing some of her works as a writer. You can Google her to find more details. It's in the Cape Town area. She joins us from our Sea Point studios. We take an ad break. Don't go anywhere.